Hello. Right, Steve Campbell mentioned on Sunday, or I think it was this Sunday, might be not, depending when the video went out, about, he said he was hired out in a Sprinter and he didn't know how to operate a tail lift, and he was going to go through the videos to see if there's anything on tail lift videos, and he couldn't find anything. He said then he found a black switch. Now the problem is, every tail lift is different. Now on your Lutons, they tend to fit into two different categories. They either tend to have the buttons on the back where they're easily, you can get to them from the back or the front, or what a lot of them have is they have buttons down the bottom. So on the near side, on the passenger side, if you go to the bottom, there'll be two switches just underneath where the tailgate is, and when you look in the back there's two switches, and there's a bit that flicks sideways. The reason for this is because once a very helpful man at Sainsbury's, when there was a guy in the back and he needed to get some cages on, lowered the tail lift to the floor so the guy could get the cages on, not realising the guy was in the back of the van, walking backwards with a cage, walked straight back, smacked his head. So now it's like that health and safety thing, they do it so you can't operate it both ways. Also, some tail lifts, you're pressing the button, nothing happens. They've got an isolator switch. The isolator switch is often located in the cab. Normally, if you look around, if you're sitting down, if you're driving, it would be around about your right knee. So if you look around about your right knee, there'll be a little switch and you flick it and a red light will come on. It could be anywhere. Some of them have isolator switches outside, like mine. So this is what I'm going to demonstrate now. I mean, I've got, your tail lift is different to you, but this is the Dhollandia tuck under tail lift like we've got on the 7.5 Alice here and like we've got on the others. So what we do is this, here we go down here, it's going to be one of these interesting peaks to do the video. There we go, Dhollandia tuck over the tail lift. So we flip that up like that, and what you've got your switchy things. Right, now first thing I recommend, here's my keys. My tuck under tail lift thing here is on a little carabiner, tiny little carabiner. The reason for this is, happened to me before, you may be unloading in a residential area, and to make this thing operate you've got to put the key in. Now you might have to then drag the pallets around the corner, and which means you're around the corner with the pallets while the keys to your truck are hanging out there. So any nefarious no-gooder who happens to be walking past could quite easily go, what's that key, sir? And walk off with your truck. So what I do is I go like that, and then what we need to do down here is, there we are, ping that in there. Now this is no particular key. These you can get off Amazon all the time. This thing will work if you lose one of these with a screwdriver. It's a bit of a noise. All that happens is there's an orange thing in there, and when you push the key in, it makes a connection like that. So you put your screwdriver in, the only thing is when you let off the pressure on the screwdriver, it's going to ping straight back out again. So you put that one in like that, give it a spin. Now you've got two buttons here. One of this is for the inside switch, and one of this is for the outside switch, which I've just realised is going to be a right nose. Right. So to do the outside switch, we've got to get a tail lift. Now it's going to be a bit tricky. Now what I would normally do is with my right hand, I would go like that. And with my left hand, I would push down on this thing here. Problem is, my right hand is holding the phone. Clearly didn't think this one through. Hold on a second. I'm back with my floor-mounted selfie stick. The only thing I use. Right, so what you do is this. Actually, I'll bring this forward a bit. There we go, nice view. So, with your right hand, you go like this, and with your left hand, you press down, and you'll see, if I go like that, you'll see what happens. So you can get the whole thing in there. Right hand over, and it will ping. And you see it rolling out like that. Now this kind of tail lift doesn't sit completely flat on the floor. It kind of goes down a bit of a B, which keep going all the way through. There we go. So now what we do is, a good view there, haven't you? Right, so get your hands here and just put it forward gently. One with a pair of bit gloves, it might be a bit dirty. And then here we have a little strap. Pick up on the strap, and away you go. And that's the tail lift in operation, ready to go. Right, now, coming over here. Now you've got your upside down. Now you remember I said about those two switches? One of those switches you have to put when you operate it from the outside. The other one, you go like, pinging the switch across here. Don't know if you can see that. You might just get that in shot. That means there's now two buttons on the inside of the cab. They now will operate from 2 buttons inside of the cab. No, so not inside the cab, sorry, inside the body. So what we do here, pull this open, get the thing from underneath, get the door locked open, and then, dooby-dooby-doo, there's 2 switches there. Inside, you may have a wand. A lot of them have a wand. They don't have the bit at the back, and you can put the wand and then you can operate either way. Kind of makes some sense that, but I haven't. I've got one of these. So up we go with the tail. Goes all the way up. That's interesting, isn't it, Bosh? Seal it up. Get your stuff in. Oops, forgot my clothes feet are open. Right. So when you go down, go all the way down. Just pop this down here a second. There we go. Over there, as usual, Marvels of TV. So you can do this from the inside if you want to. Now go all the way down, and then when you notice it gets near the floor, you'll go down at a funny angle, like that. There you go. So when you come to take the paddock off, sometimes can be a bit of a pain. If you keep, so it goes level, you can keep going, and these 2 bits fold down, so that's proper flat on the floor. That's the best you're going to be. Not normally a problem getting the paddock off because it's on a slope going down. Can be a bit of a tricky one if you've got a 1-ton paddock on and you're trying to get it back on going up. That's a bit of a problem. So I'm just going to quickly show you now that operation in reverse. Okay, so shut that bit down there. That's the bit that holds the door open. Shut the door open. I'm going to shut this up here. And I'm just going to show you the whole thing backwards. It's pretty much exactly what we did before, but backwards. So I hope none of you are feeling seasick with this. There we go. Right, so coming back to it, got the tail. Hopefully, if we get the tail and get the thing in. Right, so coming back to it again, like I showed you. First thing to do, get your orange strap, put it back on so it's halfway up like that. Then once again, you've got to lift it up so it's back in that position. Now it's ready to be closed. And then let's just get a final. There you go. You sit there, and then finally flick that bit across. Press up rather than down. Oh, hang on. What have I done? There you go. Up rather than down. And in she goes. And then the last thing you want to remember to do, which I've forgotten to do on at least 3 occasions, pull the key. Otherwise, go, oh, I've lost the key off my key room, my tail lift won't work. Ordered another one, been sitting in there for the last 3 days. Pull the key, shut the thing, put your key back on your tiny little carabiner, available on Amazon. You get like 20 of them for £1. There you go, put that back, so you're good to go. So that's it. That's me and the life of tail lifts. Once again, I'm sure you guys know more about it than me, and I've probably done 100 things wrong. Let me know. I'll do the comments on Sunday. In the meantime, take care, take money.